my name's Kerry and welcome to another episode of Bearded Mixology. Today I'm going to be making a cocktail that's relatively unknown, but I can honestly say, hand on heart, it is my absolute favourite cocktail at the moment, and it's called the Dawa. So the Dawa originates from Kenya. The word Dawa means medicine in Swahili, I think it is. The fact that it's not a real popular cocktail, not a lot of people know it, is absolutely criminal because it's simple but it is so delicious. It is up there with any of the classics you can think of. Now, I've been debating whether to do this cocktail in the original way it's served or to do a simplified version. Normally I like to stick to as original as possible, but I think in this instance you get a better result more quickly if you do the simplified version. So I'll do that one and then I'll explain the difference between the original version and why I think it's easier just to do the simplified version. So like I said before, it's a really simple recipe. There's only vodka in it as far as spirits. I'm using Smirnoff today because that's what was originally used in Kenya apparently, but any vodka will do, your favourite. The other ingredients though, you need to take the time to make sure you get the right things to get the best out of it. So the first ingredient to go in is Demerara sugar. Like I say, it's important to use the right things. Plain white sugar just wouldn't have the same effect, wouldn't have the same taste. So with the Demerara sugar is 2 bar spoons. Next up is lime. Now, anybody who's watched my videos before will know I'm a big advocate of using decent quality lime juice out of a bottle. Today, I'm going to be using proper lime because there is no substitute for it. So, I'm just cutting it in half using my Vodka knife that I've never used before. I've had it about 1.5 years. I don't like to use it in case I blunt it. So, I'm cut it in half and into 3 segments. And just place that at the bottom of the glass. Now that the lime's in the glass, you take your muddling stick, a little rolling pin would do if you've not got a dedicated muddler, and basically you just have to squash it down to extract all the juices out of the lime without it squirting in your eyes, and if you get it on your skin it burns. So I shall muddle this down just to extract as much juice as possible. The reason I put real limes in instead of just the juice is because you get a certain amount of the oils out of the skin as well that really add to the flavour. Next up is the vodka. So double measure, 2 ounces, 60 millilitres. Spilt half of it on the chopping board. Never mind. And your final ingredient is honey. Now this is where the simplification of the original recipe occurs. The honey I would recommend using is to get one that's as dark as possible. Now this one says on the jar rich and malty, and that's a good description because while it's not, I wouldn't say savoury, the sweetness is more of a dark, treacly molasses kind of flavour rather than a real bright sweetness, if you like, and it goes perfectly with this cocktail. So what I've done is made a honey syrup. Really easy to do. You just take 3 parts honey, 1 part hot water, mix it together. It just makes the consistency a little bit more runny, and as I'll explain later, it mixes in the cocktail a lot better. So with that, I put 22.5 millilitres in, but this one you can do to your own personal taste. So I'll just give it a little stir, just to mix these ingredients through a bit, make sure that sugar's dissolved as much as possible. Only a little stir. And then fill the glass with crushed ice. As much as you can fit in. So this is where the recipe would have been different if I had stuck to the original recipe. Instead of putting the honey in as a syrup with the other ingredients, this is where you would put the honey in now. So you would get a stick, a wooden stick called a Dawa stick. I've not got one of those, but I've got like one of these little honey Twizzler things. You'll get some honey on that, put it in with the ice, and then mix it round. Now the problem with honey is when it touches the ice, it's set solid, so it doesn't actually mix into the drink very well. It's not a problem if you're going to be taking your time drinking it, just sipping it, because over time it will dissolve into the drink and it will change the flavour profile as it goes along. It will get sweeter, and then at the bottom, that's when you get the, your last sip. That's the money maker. That's the best bit. But the simple version is for people who want to drink 2 or 3 of them and haven't got half an hour to wait for the honey to dissolve. So that's your Dawa. I'll just get the spoon, just give it a little stir just to get things moving about a bit. Let the ingredients get to know each other. And then just give it a taste. That is a special drink. You would think that having the honey and the brown sugar in would overpower it with sweetness, but the dark honey, that savoury honey, and the fact that there's quite a lot of lime in it, it balances out perfectly. It is such a refreshing drink. I cannot describe, there's not enough words for me to say how much I like this drink. So I highly recommend everybody has a go at it. Get the right ingredients, take your time with it, and I'm sure you will not regret it at all. So, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you've tried the cocktail, I hope you've enjoyed that as well. As usual, click like, subscribe and the bell icon if you've enjoyed it. Check the Instagram page. And until next time, stay safe. And I'll see you all again with another episode of Beard and Mixology. Thanks again for watching.